Okay. So, good morning, students. Today's class, we will be discussing about the nervous system. So, the nervous system. So, what does the nervous system do? The nervous system, they will help you in detecting. Detecting means what they will help you in knowing what is happening inside your body as well as outside your body. Understand means, for example, you say inside the body, say for example, if you're having a stomach ache, or if you're having headache, or anything, any like changes inside your body, so who will be responsible, who will go and inform? Yeah, means the nervous system, they will do their work in that case. Understand? And in the same
Yes.
thing outside the world, means outside the body, like for example, say for example, if somebody beats you, or if somebody slaps you, or means any changes outside the body, so who will be responsible, who will take the main role in performing all these things? Your nervous system. Did you get my point? In all these things, the nervous system, they are responsible uh, for the changes which is occurring inside your body as well as outside your body. Are you clear about this? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So again, what does it say? The nervous system, they will coordinate with your body. Coordinate with your body means what? They will be in link. They will be how to explain? How they will be synchronized. They will work together. Understand? It means that. And also, what do? They go and transmit signal. Means they used to go and pass signal to the different parts of your body. I mean, say for example, if you're having headache, so who will go and like go and stay to your brain that your this one is having their nervous system. Understand? So in all these things, they used to go and transmit, I mean, messages. They used to go and transfer the messages, whatever changes are occurring inside your body. I mean, in the different parts of the body, not only in your head, even in your hands, legs, all the parts of your body. They used to go and transmit signal to your brain. And your brain, again, it will transmit messages, and and after that, they will react in that way. Is it clear, everyone? This part, this portion, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So parts of nervous system. So the nervous system, it has got two parts. The first one is the central nervous system. It is also known as CNS, and the second one is the peripheral nervous system. It is also known as PNS. These are the short form. And now let's see what do you mean by central nervous system. It is the CNS. In the CNS, what is there? Your brain and your spinal cord. This is your brain, and this is your spinal cord. So the central nervous system, it consists of your brain and your spinal cord. And the second one is the peripheral nervous system. So in the peripheral nervous system, that is the PNS, what will you find? You will find that all the nerves, it includes all the nerves which are outside your brain and as well as your spinal cord. Understand? This is your brain. It's not it. And your spinal cord. So the peripheral nervous system, they will be out of these two things. What are the two areas? The brain and the spinal cord. So this is about the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Repeat, ma'am.
Repeat. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the nervous system, it has two parts. First is the central nervous system. It is also known as a CNS, and the second one is the peripheral nervous system, uh, which is also known as PNS. And in the central nervous system, what is there? You will find your brain. This is your brain, and this is your spinal cord. Understand? Brain and spinal cord. And in the peripheral nervous system, there is a PNS. What will you find? You will find that it consists of all the nerves. Means all these things, all these nerves, all these are nerves. Understand? All these are nerves. So it consists of all the nerves which are outside the brain. Means outside the brain. It is outside the brain. It's not it. It is outside the brain as well as the spinal cord. So all the nerves which are outside the brain and the spinal cord are known as the peripheral nervous system, which is known as PNS. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So again, what will you find? You will find that the nervous system, it has got two main subdivisions. Again, it is divided into two main subdivisions. So what are those? The first is the somatic or voluntary component, and the second one is autonomic or involuntary component. I'll repeat again. So the main two subdivisions of the nervous system are the somatic or voluntary component, and the second is the autonomic or involuntary component. So let us see what do you mean by these two subdivision of the central of the nervous system. So the somatic or voluntary component is what? Means you just remember voluntary means which you can control. The things which you can control. Say for example, I have given some examples here. Say for example, eating a cake. You can eat a cake anytime, whenever you want. It's not it. And riding a bicycle means you can ride a bicycle anytime. Means it depends upon your will. It depends upon your wish. It's not it. And walking, same thing. Whenever you want, you can walk. Playing the piano, you can play the piano anytime you want. Coming to school means all these things. Uh, Overall, it means that which you can control. The things which you can control are known as somatic or else voluntary component. Is it clear about somatic or voluntary component, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is uh, next is autonomic or involuntary component. Autonomic or involuntary component means what? Which you can't control. The things which you can't control. Say for example, I have given some examples here. Say for example, your heartbeat. Can you control your heartbeat? Yes. Can you control?
No.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't control. So all this breathing, you can't control your breathing. Blinking, you can't control. Means your blink, it automatically happens. It's not it. Removing hand from hot object. If you touch some hot object, say for example, a pressure cooker means you have made something inside the pressure cooker and like
And
just
then,
now, yeah. So automatically you'll just move your hand from that hot object. Say for example, you are ironing something, your clothes maybe, and if you touch that hot iron, obviously you will remove your hand away from that hot object. It's not it. So
yeah.
choking, salivating means all these things are happening automatically. So it is known as involuntary. Is it clear? The difference
Mm.
between voluntary and
Yes, ma'am.
involuntary. Okay. So these are the two main subdivisions of the nervous system. I hope it's clear, everyone. So next is neurons. In the nervous system, you will find neurons. These neurons, you will see billions of neurons in your nervous system. So I'm showing you like one neuron, one specific neuron. this neuron, this is the structure of neuron. Can you see it? This is the structure of neuron. So this neuron, they are also known as a nerve cell. This neuron, they are also known as a nerve cell. And this neuron, what do? They used to go and means this is neuron, and in this just below this, just at the bottom of the neuron, again one neuron you will find it. This they are connected to each other. They are connected to each other. Wait, I'll show you. Yes, this one. Can you see this picture? Is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You can see it now, means they are connected to each other. One neuron, again another neuron, again same thing. It will go on. It will go on. Understand? So one neuron will be connected with each other. So what do? They used to go and transmit signal. Understand? They used to go and transmit signal to another, from one neuron to the other neuron. Okay, let us come back. So it means that one neuron, again another neuron, just at the bottom. Understand? And one neuron, again another, means they are like, say what to say, they are like joined, means one neuron, another neuron, one neuron, another neuron. So they goes on and on. And with the help of this connection in between one neuron to the other neuron, what do? They will help in receiving signal. I mean, they will go and pass signal from one neuron to the next neuron. Is it clear? And in
Yes,
this
ma'am.
neuron, what will you find? You will find cell body. This is a cell body. Can you see it? This is a cell body.
Yes.
And in this neuron, what will you find? You will find one axon. This is axon. Is it clear? This blue color? This blue color means they are like this. You will find one axon, and you will find many dendrites. Dendrites are all this, just like
Root type.
yeah, root type. Not exactly root, like branches, you can say. In trees, you used to find branches or not. So they are
Yes.
somewhat like that. They are like branches. Here, here, here. All these are dendrites. Is it clear? These are dendrites. And the neurons, as I've already said, the neurons, they are also known as the what cell? What cells? Anyone? Nerve cell. Is it clear? The neurons, they are also known as the nerve cell. Okay, is it clear this portion? Shall we move to the next slide? Is it clear this portion, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay, so now let's talk about axon. So this is axon. Axon, from the structure itself, you just see they are long. Isn't it? They are long and they are just like a tail. You know a tail?
Pooch.
Yes, pooch. Okay. So it's somewhat like, it looks like that. So the axon, they are long and they are like a tail. They are like a tail. And this axon, what will you find here? You'll find that they are covered up. Insulated means they are, I mean, they are covered up, you can say. They are covered up with what? They are covered up with a fatty substance. This fatty substance, which is known as myelin sheet. Okay, all these are myelin sheet. All this. Can you see it? This yellow color, they are like oval in shape, na? Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all these are myelin sheet. The axon, they are covered up by the myelin sheet. They are the fatty substance. They are fatty substance. And the myelin, this myelin, what do? They used to help the axon. They used to help the axon in doing what? In performing what? In performing or else in conducting what?
Electric
Electrical
signal.
signals. Means they used to go and transmit. They used to go and pass the electrical signal. Understand? And as I've already said, neurons have only one axon. It is the main axon. So this is it. Is it clear about axon, everyone? I'll repeat again. They are long. They are just like a tail. And the axon, they are covered up by a fatty substance, which is known as the myelin
Myelin.
sheet. Yeah, myelin sheet. And this myelin, what do? They used to go and transmit, or else they used to pass electrical signal so that they can go and transfer to the other neuron. That is just the next neuron. And there is only one axon. That is the main axon. Is it clear, everyone, about axon?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we? Okay. Next, let's talk about dendrites. So these are dendrites. They are like fibrous roots. Fibrous means thin. You can say they are thin. They are just like roots. They which branch out from the cell body. I mean, they looks like branches. They are just like a root. Also, you can say that. And they comes out from where? They comes out from the cell body. This is the cell body. And the dendrites, they come out from the cell body. And they looks like antenna. You know the antenna?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, they looks like somewhat like antenna also. And with the help, I mean, since they look like antenna, they also perform their work just like an antenna itself. Say for example, what to say means they receive signal. They used to receive signal from the just next just the next neuron. I mean, here one neuron is there. So for the next neuron, like to receive signal, the antenna or else the dendrites, they helps in that thing. Understand? Did you understand or not? Yes. Did you understand?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So
Clear.
I'll okay. I'll repeat again. So this is the dendrites. They look like antenna also, and they also perform the work like antenna itself. Say for example, I have said na, like one neuron, again another neuron, they are connected to each other. Wait, let me show you. See here. So these are the dendrites. You remember, na? Dendrites. They look like branches, and they does the work like an antenna itself. I've already said, na. So this is the neuron. So in the neurons, what will you find? The last portion you will find as axon terminals. The last part of the neuron, it is known as axon terminals. Terminals means what? The end part, or else the final part, you can say, the end portion. So the axon terminals, they are connected. They are connected with these dendrites. Can you see? All these are dendrites. Yeah. So in that way, they are connected. Did you understand now? Means, say for example, like a message is being received by this neuron, and with the help of the myelin sheet, they will go and they will pass the electrical impulse, and again it will come over here. That is the axon terminals, and that message or else the signal, they will go and transmit here. They will go and pass here. That is in the next neuron. That is in which part? It is in the dendrite part. This one. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Did you understand now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it means that they used to receive signal from one neuron to the other neuron. And this neuron, they have more than one set of dendrites. As I've already said, dendrites are many in number. So all these are dendrites. So is it clear about dendrites, everyone? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so and these are the axon terminals. Understand? These are the axon terminals. Terminals means what? End portion you can say. So it means that. So for you all, only all these things are required. If you will draw, means in exam, if you will draw the structure of neuron, so only all these parts are required. Dendrites, nucleus, cell body, axon, then myelin sheet, schwann cells. Okay, if you want, you can draw it. And node of Ranvier, it depends on your wish, but only whatever portion I have discussed right now, only all this portion also if you will draw is enough. And yeah, but don't forget about the axon terminals. These are the axon terminals. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now let's talk about the functions of neurons. So this is the neuron. One neuron is connected to the other neuron, as I've already said before also. So this neuron, what do? They used to go and send signal, that is from one neuron to the other neuron. So that message or else that signal, it is known as what? I mean, with the help of the action potential, they are able to perform or else they are able to transfer the message. It is from one neuron to the other neuron. It is known as action potential. I'll repeat again. So in the function of neuron, what will you find? You will find that one neuron, they used to go and pass information or else they used to go and send signal to the next neuron. Understand? So that signal or else that function it is known as what? It is known as action potential. Is it clear? And this action potential, what do? They used to shift. They used to shift a neuron. Okay, they used to shift neuron electrical potential. Here, what is there? Neurons are there, and what is being flowed here? I mean, what is flowing here? Ions. Ions are being flowed here. That is in the action potential. You will see some electrical neurons. Understand? Some neuron electrical you will find here, and here what flows over here? Ions.
I
Ions. Ions. Ions are being flowed here. That is from one neuron to the next neuron. Understand? And this action potential, you can find both in chemical as well as electrical synapse, or else synapse also you can say that. You'll find in both ways. Understand that it's chemical as well as electrical synapse. Is it clear about this portion, this part? Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone, about function of neurons? Yes. Is it clear? Avinash and all, are you clear? Avinash?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, no? Okay. So let's move to the next. Next is chemical synapse or else chemical synapse. Also, you can say that. So what happens here? This green color one. Uh, so this green color is the chemical synapse or synapse, and this blue color one is known as electrical synapse or synapse. So first of all, we will discuss about the chemical synapse or synapse. What happens here in this chemical synapse or synapse? Here, action potential. I've already discussed, right, in the function of neuron. So action potential is being found here, and what is also found here?
Neuron.
Yes, means neurons are also being affected. Neurons are also being affected, and there is a gap. There is a gap in between one neuron to the other neuron, and the space, you can say that, and the space in between one neuron to the other neuron, it is known as synapse or else synapse. Is it clear about chemical? Means there is a large gap, or else you can say that there is a large space, you can say that, in between the two neurons in the chemical synapse or synapse. Is it clear? Shall we move to the electrical synapse? Yes? Okay, so now let's move to the electrical synapse or synapse. What happened with Pankachari? You please mute your sound. Okay. So next is the electrical synapse. Electrical in the this blue color one. So in this electrical synapse, what will you find? You will find that they can only excite. Means only excitement. Excitement is being it's occurring. Sorry, it occurs here. And what usually happens here, when one neuron and the other neuron connects each other through a gap. Understand? Means here a gap is not found here. Understand? Through a gap junction. It means that this is the gap. This is the gap junction channel. Can you see it? This is the gap junction channel. So through this, like they are connected to each other in the electrical synapse. And here, what will you find? You will find that compared to the chemical synapse, the space are a bit less. Understand? The space are a bit less compared to the electrical synapse. And what will you find here? You will find that ions are being found here, and mostly you will find that positive electrical signal transmits from one neuron to the other neuron. Is it clear about electrical synapse? Yes. Okay, so now let's talk about types of neurons. In the neurons, you will find three types of neurons, that is sensory, motor, and interneurons. So these are the three types of neurons. So we will discuss about this. So in the sensory neurons, what does it do? I mean, how does it help you? In the sensory neurons, they will help you in getting the taste of something, whatever you taste, uh, knowing the smell, whatever you smell, whether it's a bad smell or good smell. And the next is what here, you will be able to hear the things as, for example, as I'm speaking now, you are able to hear because of your sensory neurons. See, you can see the screen because of the sensory neurons. Feel things around us means you are able to feel the things what is occurring within you. So in that thing, it helps you in that. I'll stop here for today. That is for anatomy theory. Is it clear so far? Feel clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.